Oreo Puffs cereal. After years of me complaining that standard Oreo cereal should have had marshmallows, should I be happy that Post complied? Was gaining the marshmallows worth losing the beloved Oreo O's in favor of these new Puffs? In a head-to-head comparison, will the new Oreo Puffs reign supreme? Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. Happy birthday, everybody. Welcome to Seriously, where we take cereals seriously. My name is Alex, and I eat and review hundreds of cereals a year in order to help you get the most out of your cereal experience. Every week, we explore what's new and exciting in the cereal world, or explore old favorites together. So I'd love to hear what your favorite cereal is down in the comments. Today on Seriously, we are exploring the newest evolution of Oreo's cereal. Here it is, of course, Oreo Puffs from Post. My ongoing journey with Post's Oreo cereals began nearly 2 years ago when we pitted two cereals against each other. The regularly available Oreo O's and their marshmallow-bearing counterpart, Mega Stuff Oreos. The winner was obvious. With marshmallows always beats without marshmallows. But Post decided that the Marshmallow Mega Stuff version was only a limited edition, and they discontinued them shortly thereafter. So all we had left was the plain Oreo O's. That continued throughout last year when another special edition Oreo cereal popped up, Mint Chip Oreos, which I reviewed last December. Now, I thought those mint chip ones were incredible, and once I added bonus marshmallows of my own, they nearly won my cereal of the year. But then, for many fans of Oreo O's, doomsday arrived. Post announced they were discontinuing Oreo O's completely. They're gone for good. In their place, they brought forth this new cereal, which I think is something of a Frankenstein. It has all of the marshmallows that we've all been asking for, but none of the O's. So that's what we've got here, a cobbled together new cereal that took one good step forward, but that I'm worried took an even bigger step back. To test if that's the case, the moment I heard that Oreo O's was being discontinued, I ordered one right away from Walmart.com so I could compare the old cereal with the new one. Unfortunately, it arrived looking like this. Listen, do not order just one single box of cereal from Walmart.com unless you want it to look like an elephant sat on it, because they don't package it in a box. They just put it in like a paper Walmart bag and ship it to you. Now, luckily, their customer service sent me a replacement box. Here it is. This one survived the trip much better for some reason. So today we're going to try the old and the new and see if Post has a winner on their hands, or if they're going to tick off the many, many Oreo O's fans that exist out there. In the end, I want to use all of my cereal expertise to help you decide if you need a bowl of Oreo Puffs cereal. Hey, if you made it this far, you are so nice, you don't need added marshmallows. Would you do me one more favor? Would you like this video? That would really help me out. All right, I think I am ready. I have got my bowls. I got my spoon. I've got the Milk I Love 1%. And, of course, I have the new cereal of the hour, a head-to-head situation here. I think the most fair way to go about this would be to start with the new cereal. Now, I have a recollection of what the old one tasted like, but if I start with that and go back to back, I'm worried that would destroy the chances of this new cereal to shine on its own. So let's start with Oreo Puffs and see what we think of those. Well, my biggest fear of all has already been addressed just by pouring it out, and that is that I was worried that there would be too few marshmallows, but I hope you saw it the way I poured it in. There are plenty of marshmallows. I suppose it's the case on a normal Oreo that you kind of have a 2-to-1 ratio of cookie to cream, and that seems to be the case here, maybe a little bit less than that, but there are enough marshmallows here that I can put my fears to rest and explore the other aspects of this cereal. That would have been a non-starter right off the bat. Another thing that I'm reminded of is that they claim on actually both of these versions that they are made with real Oreo cookie wafers. It says so right on the box. What do they mean by that? I've never understood. Does that mean they are making Oreo cookie wafers, then breaking them up again, and then making them into Puffs or O's? That can't be. Surely they're just using the same ingredients, right? Until they explain it, I will remain flummoxed by it. Let me also give this bowl of cereal credit for being high contrast. I love it when the white marshmallows stay white when they're in a cereal box. And these cookie pieces seem to have a frostedness of some kind. My guess is that when we eventually put milk on it, they'll get even darker in comparison to the marshmallows. And that is very Oreo of it. But let's give these things a try. Just dry out of the bowl here. I'm going to try to get a couple, I should try to get a 2-to-1 ratio, I think I did, of marshmallows to cereal pieces. So let's give this a try. Oreo Puffs cereal. Boy, there is a lot of sugar going on here. There is the sweetness of the marshmallows themselves, which are very good. But then, like I said, there's also a frosting on the puffs themselves. I would say that's actually not very Oreo-like. The wafer, the cookie part of an Oreo, doesn't have a layer of frostedness to it. I wonder why they felt that necessary here. My guess is that if they didn't have some sort of frostedness on the outside, they would get incredibly soggy right away. I say we put that to the test. Let's put some milk on these and see what we think. All right, let's give a try to Oreo Puffs cereal in milk. Friends, marshmallow beats non-marshmallow every day of the week. The added marshmallows here are absolutely necessary. This cereal could not have survived the transition from O shape to puff shape had they not added marshmallows. So the marshmallows make it a significant step up. The question is, do the puffs taste like Oreo cookies? Let me give it another try. I think the answer is kinda. I mean, they have a chocolateness to them, so they certainly feel related, but they don't scream Oreo wafer cookies to me. On balance, I think the marshmallows are doing a lot of heavy lifting in this, to be honest. I was definitely right about the frosted coating melting away a little bit in the milk. The ones that are wet in the milk definitely have a darker color, which makes this a better high contrast cereal, and I really like that. And I'm definitely finding myself wanting to take another bite, so let me do just that. Yeah, even 2 or 3 bites into this, I can already tell that the puffs are really receiving a lot of the milk. So if you get a box of this, I would not wait long to chow down on it once the milk is in it. I suspect that sogginess is right around the corner. Now, that's never a problem for me. I eat my cereal quite fast. But just as a warning, you might be a slower eater. Don't pour the milk on it and then go answer the door or take a phone call. Bunker down. So let me think about ratings. I am quite happy with it. I'm not put off by it. It tastes reasonably Oreo-ish enough for me. So just independently, I would give this a pretty positive score. I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5. That's pretty good. But here's where the challenge comes from. Now, I am going to go back in time and taste what we have lost to see if this upgraded Oreo Puffs version really is worth it. In the looks department, it is night and day. These are far more boring because they're missing the contrast. They are missing the great look of the new cereal's marshmallows. But these seem more cookie-ish for some reason. It's not like regular Oreo cookies are O-shaped, but these do resemble cookies more than a puff does. So let's try these things dry. Let's try discontinued Oreo O's. Well, the crunch is much more substantial in these. The puffs were fine, but these O's really have a better, heartier crunch to them. Let's see if that holds up in milk as well. Let's give a try to Oreo O's in milk. Boy, they get way crunchier in milk. Why do cereals do that? That's so strange. But it certainly is the case. They are louder, they are heartier, they are heftier in milk. And I have to tell you, in milk, they taste twice as much like Oreo cookies than they did dry. I don't know why that is. Again, maybe the milk is washing off some of their outer frosted coating, but these very much taste like chocolate cookie wafer part of an Oreo. as far as whether or not they taste more like an Oreo than the new Puffs, I know this has been sitting here for a while, but I'm going to go back and forth now to see what I think. I'm going to get the driest part, so hopefully it's less mushy. Let me try the new Oreo Puffs again. And now the old one more time. I think the update was worth it. The old ones definitely are more crunchy, definitely on their own taste a slightly bit more like Oreo cookie wafers, but the marshmallows reign supreme. I don't know what they were thinking with the old ones. Why would you release an Oreo cookie cereal without marshmallows? So I gotta tell you, I am completely won over by the marshmallows in this new one. I stand by my 3.5, and in comparison, I think it's that much better. Now, some people out there, they're crying their eyes out. They love the Oreo O's, and more power to you. We have different opinions in life, don't we? But for me, I think Post made the right decision here. The decision to go marshmallows covers for me any other reductions that they needed to make. Boy, I didn't realize in my life how powerful marshmallows in cereal are. Not all cereals can handle marshmallows. I know that's the case, but I would say it is required for a great Oreo cereal. And Oreo Puffs are a step in the right direction. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate, we found out that Post really had the puffs it took to move in a bold new direction. And for now, it's enough. If you want to try today's new cereal for yourself, it's available now in most grocery stores. If you want to try the discontinued Oreo O's, they are very rare now. And I would suggest looking at places like Grocery Outlet. In fact, at my local grocery outlet the other day, I found a whole shelf of them for only $1.99. Now listen, if you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.